could just take off running right now. I could make some leaps around this church right now. Because when I think about what the Lord has done for me, it just ignites something in me. It lights something in me. Something begins to burn on the inside of me. And somebody in this room, you might as well go ahead and praise him, because by faith, God can heal all your hurts. He can deliver you from dysfunction. He can move you from where you are to where it is you really need to be. And I don't know who I'm speaking into this morning, but you came to worship and you realize that you owe God an even exchange. Because the Lord gives you breath, you ought to give him praise. That's an even exchange. The Bible says that everything that has breath, praise the Lord. And I came into this sacred space called the sanctuary to saturate my Savior with praise. Yeah. Because I understand that God don't owe me anything. I owe him everything. To thank. And it was God who helped me reach unreachable goals. It was God who helped me overcome unbearable circumstances. It was God who helped me deal with impossible odds. It was God who helped me remain calm in some uncomfortable situations. And so I got something to shout about. I got a reason to praise. God is worth so much to me. I came here so I could worship him. And what the person on your pew does not know is that when you messed up, it was God who stepped up to fix up everything that you messed up. It took me a while, but through it all, I finally learned that God does what I don't anticipate so he can deliver a blessing that I can appreciate. You see, God chooses the least and he makes them the most. He chooses the weakest and he makes them the strongest. And that's why people look at you side eyes, because you weren't supposed to make it. And you ought to remind your neighbor this morning that God uses the incredible to bring about the impossible. And you might as well be honest in here this morning. Not only did some skeptics believe that you wouldn't make it, there were times in your own life when you thought that you wouldn't make it. But I came to tell you and Shade Tree philosophers in here this morning that it is not over, Hodges, until God saves it. And God has a way of turning your dead end into a detour. Somebody ought to praise him this morning. Because people wrote you off. People gave up on you. People left you for dead because you didn't look like a success. You didn't look like an overcomer. They thought that your failure was your final. But what they fail to realize is what people mean for evil, God has a way of working it out for your people. God has me at a level where through revelation, I now speak to my dreams and they come true. I speak to my troubles and they flee. God has invested so much power in me until I am operating at a whole nother dimension. So what I'm doing is I'm living from hand to mouth. You missed what I said. I have so much faith. What I speak out my mouth has a way of ending up in my hand. And if the people who are in your vicinity don't want to say anything, let me say it like an old seasoned black person. Why don't you ask the Lord for increase? Why don't you ask the Lord for promotion? Why don't you ask the Lord for a new house? Why don't you ask the Lord to make you debt free? Why don't you ask the Lord for favor? Why don't you ask the Lord for good health? Why don't you ask the Lord for joy you can't explain and peace for all your pain? Let me take you walk into the text. This profound book within the greatest of the 66 books is called the Psalms. It examines all of the phases and stages of life. The Psalms give us the very breath of life and forces us to zero in on ourselves in a way that reveals the core of what life is all about. It is the Psalms that present the epitome, the essence, of human existence.
All right. Yeah.
The Psalms illustrate how life really can be, because life can be hard and life can be trying.
Yes, it can.
It is difficult sometimes, Brandon, to live from day to day.
Yeah.
It's hard sometimes, Brown, trying to stay on the straight and the narrow. Yeah. Because so much is thrown at you in just one day of your life. And so you have to dispatch more than what you anticipate.
Yeah.
Let's pause and be honest this morning. Everything you have gotten caught up in, it is not a trick or a trap of the enemy. But you were the one that stopped when you should have kept going. You are the one that spoke when you should have kept quiet. You are the one that moved when you should have just stayed still. Go ahead and be honest this morning. You have gotten yourself into a whole lot of stuff on your own. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you had to check yourself? Because you said too much. And you wish you had kept your mouth closed. If you don't want to be honest, I'll be honest. There are some statements that I've made in foolish error. And I wish I could take them back. Because I found myself being a poor depiction of what God intends for me to be. Brothers and sisters, it is the Psalms, right on like the 23rd Psalm, that encourages us. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. It is Psalms like the 27th Psalm that protects us. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? It is Psalms, it's like the 30th Psalm that gives us hope. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. It is Psalms like the 150 Psalms of the Kinsey that energizes us. Let everything that have breath praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. As we jaywalk into this 139th Psalm, we find a God that knows all, sees all, and has all power. This God is always in your space and calling you out when you act outside of his will. I apologize because I know you think you've always gotten away with some things that you've done. But God in the 139th Psalm, how does he keep accurate records? He knows about your good and he knows about your bad. Listen to what verse 1 through 6 says. O Lord, you have examined my heart and you know everything about me. You know when I sit down and you know when I stand. When far away, you know every thought that I have. You chart the path ahead of me. You tell me where to stop and where to rest. Every moment, you know where I am. You know what I'm doing even before I do it. You know what I say even before I say it. You proceed to follow me and you place your hand of blessing on my head. All of this is too glorious. It's too wonderful for me to believe. Brothers and sisters, the first reason why you got something to shout about is because God is omniscient. That means that God knows all things. God possesses perfect knowledge of all things, and God is keenly aware of your future. That makes Jeremiah 29:11 make a whole lot of sense now. For I know the thoughts I think towards you, says the Lord. Thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. God knows everything there is to know about everything there is to know. God knows what you need, and God knows when you need it, and God knows how much you need, or what you believe that you need. And that's why somebody can say, he might not come when I want him, but he's always on time. So regardless of who did, God knows all about it. That's why the Lord says, vengeance is mine. You ain't got to get nobody back. You ain't got to strategize. You ain't got to plot. You don't have to plan. But if you hold your peace, God has a way of fighting your battle. And I might as well go ahead and tell you that the battle is not yours. It belongs to the Lord. Let me tell you in the verse of Moses, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. If you learn how to hold your peace, God will come through sooner than immediately and faster than right now. But you got to learn how to hold your peace and stand still and wait for God to come and deliver you in due time and in due season. And God's season is not your season. God's time is not your time. You got to wait for God to move in the right time in your own life.
That's right. That's right.
You don't have to worry about the enemy because he may have won the battle. But he sure won't win the war. Because there is victory in Jesus. I said he sought me and he bought me with his own redeeming blood. God is so incredible until he knows where I am. He knows what I'm going to say. He knows my thoughts before I recognize them even as thoughts. It is incomprehensible to know that there is a God who knows all of this. I can't wrap my mind around it. When I thought I had learned how to keep some things on the cover and on the low, God found out exactly what I was doing. Because God knows everything. What you do in the dark has a way of coming to the light. Not you, but when I reflect on some of what I've done, because it's painful to factor in all of what I've done. God knows everything, and yet he still loves me. Yet he still cares for me. Yet he opened doors for me. Yet he made ways for me. Yet he picked me up. Yet he heals me. He comes when I fall, and he comes when I call. I can hear my uncle saying, "What you say?"
Yes, Lord.
Listen to verses 7 through 12. I can never be lost in your spirit. I can never get away from God. If I go to heaven,
He's there. All right.
you up there. If I go down to hell, you down there. If I ride the morning wind to the forest, Lord Jesus, even your hand will guide me and your strength will support me. If I try to hide in darkness, the night becomes light all around me. For even darkness cannot hide from God. Ooh, help me, Lord. To you, night shines as bright as day. Darkness and light, both alike. Brothers and sisters, the second reason why you got to shout is because God is omnipresent. God is everywhere. God is everywhere there is to be, if there is somewhere to be. If God is not there, then there does not exist. Because God is everywhere. And when I approach his throne and I make my request known unto him, I don't have to send God anywhere. Because God is already there. In the moment of sickness, I don't send God to the hospital. I just need him to release his healing power. Because he's already there. For that reason, I'm not sending him, I'm asking him. This brings clarity to my mind before that 6th Psalm. The Lord God, our refuge and strength, a very present help in the time of trouble. Where can I go to escape your presence? If I go to heaven, you there. If I go to hell, you there. Every turn I make, I'm bumping into God. I can't get around him. I can't get over him. I can't get under him. What makes it a blessing is that no matter where I am, God is there. So you got to stop worrying about who is not there. Because God is always there. You got to stop worrying about who walked out. Because God is always there. Don't worry about who's not supporting you, who's not undergirding you, who's not behind you. Because God is always there. Because God is everywhere. If it is a place to be, God is there. Yes, sir. When your resources run out and your friendships play out, you can turn to God. Don't wait until you're at wit's end. You better call him right now. Don't wait until your life is in the You better call him right now. Don't wait until things get bad. You better call him right now. Jackson, I call God on a regular basis because I'm his child. And any good child always call home.
That's right.
Y'all miss what I said?
Yeah.
When you move away from home,
Yeah.
you always got to make a phone call home. So if God is your father, and if your citizenship is in heaven, every now and again you ought to just call home. And so I want to check in and see what's going on back at the house.
Amen.
The psalmist says in verse 11, darkness would not hide me. Since I can't shake your presence, I will do what I do in the dark. Then he realizes even the darkness turns into light.
All right. My God.
You see, brothers and sisters, it is in the dark
All right.
where God developed negatives and he turns them into positives.
All right.
God, I want you to know it is only God who made a way.
All right.
All you've been through, God was turning your negatives into positives. All of your hardships, he was turning your negatives into positives. All of your burdens, he was turning your negatives into positives. And that's why you can't flip out when things don't go your way. God is just turning your negative into a positive.
That's right.
When I don't want God in my business, call him, he's there anyway. When I'm trying to hide from God, he's right there anyway. I can't get away from him. And to be honest, I've lived long enough to learn this one thing. I don't ever want to get away from him. If I'm going to go anywhere, I don't want to go out of your presence or from under your will. Mary J. Blige, brothers and sisters, told y'all at the homecoming yesterday. Somebody was playing this song. Mary J. Blige said, we've been too strong for too long. She said, I can't live without you, baby. She said, I'll be waiting up until you get home because I can't sleep without you, baby. Anybody who's ever loved, you know just what I feel. Mary said, it's too hard to fake it. Nothing can replace it. She said, call the radio if you can't live without your baby. And I thought about that thing. I said, God, we've been going too strong for too long. And I can't make it without you. I can't live without you. I can't move without you. I can't be who I am without you. I can't sleep without you. Because ain't nobody gonna watch over me like you watch over me. He don't slumber, nor does he sleep. He's always up watching over you and watching over me. And is there anybody in the room this morning who just can't live without God? You don't want to live without God. You want to do it with God. I can't be without God. Listen to verses 3 through 13 through 16. The psalmist said, when I was in my mother's womb, thank you for making me so wonderfully complex. It amazes me to even think about it. Your workmanship is marvelous. How well do I know? You were there while I was being formed. You saw me before I was born. And you scheduled every day of my life. Before I even breathed my first breath. Every day was recorded in your book. Let me give you this last reason to shout. We're going to show no shouting. Go on. God is omnipotent.
Yes, he is.
He has all power. God is almighty and infinite in power. There is nothing that God can't do. God has so much power until he even knows his hand is on me. God didn't put his hand on me last week. He didn't do it last month. He didn't do it last week. The psalmist says, when I was in my mother's womb, he knitted me together first time that God has been surrounding me. This is not the first time that God has been protecting me. While I was in my mother's womb, He fashioned me. He shaped me. He molded me. He blessed me. He gifted me. He anointed me. He appointed me. Even before I saw one single day. Now, you listen what I'm saying?
Yeah. I hear you.
Sharon, God took His time. And He knitted me together. He fashioned me. He formed me. God made me in His image, and He made me after His likeness. He crafted me as His handiwork. And I'm after His likeness.
Yeah.
I'm God's masterpiece. God keeps chiseling at me day after day. He's making me everything that He wants me to be. You see, you said that I think I'm all that. But newsflash, I am all that. Because I'm made in the image and after the likeness of God. I'm made in the image of perfection. Let me give you this good note. When you read the book of beginnings, you will discover that God spoke everything into existence.
Yeah.
The Bible says, God said, and there was. But when you get to Genesis 2 and 7, when God formed man from the dust, let me tell you how much the Lord loves you. The Lord formed you from the dust. And then He blew into you the breath of life. And the Bible says that you became a living soul. But when you read it, and you read it real close, you'll come to discover in all of creation, man is the only thing that God put His hands on. See, He spoke to everything else, but He put His hands on you, and He put His hands on me. That means I got some God on me, and God got some of me on Him. The Lord loved me so much that He wouldn't speak, He just formed me.
All right. My God. Say that.
And you're wondering why I'm so excited.
All right.
Because He's all over me, and He's keeping me alive. I know the Lord is keeping me alive. He made me. Well, I'm a one of a kind.
Yes, Lord.
And that's why you ought not worry about who don't like you,
That's
and
right.
who don't speak to you,
That's
and
right.
who don't support you.
Amen.
The Lord made you in His image and after His likeness. God has His hand on you, and I thank God that His hand is still on me.
Amen.
I'm here to tell you, brothers and sisters, on my way home, I haven't always caught inside the line. I hadn't always dotted every I and crossed every T.
That's right.
I don't know where I would be if the Lord didn't have His hands on me. I've had some close calls in my life.
Yeah.
I've had some ups and I've had some downs.
That's
I've
right.
had some slip-ups in my life.
Yeah.
I've been on the edge of destruction. But the Lord had His hand on me. And I'm glad to be the Lord's handiwork. I praise God because I'm fearfully and I'm wonderfully made.
Yeah.
I want God to keep His hand on me.
Hands on me.
Because if the Lord take His hand off me,
All right.
I might lose my mind. I might fall apart. The devil might get the best of me. But because His hand is keeping me together,
That's right.
it's the Lord's hand that's on your life. Because His hand is evidence that He's still working on me.
Amen.
He's still shaping me. And that's why you can't judge people based on what you see right now.
That's right.
You got to wait until God is finished. He's still crafting. He's still molding. He's still shaping people.
That's right.
You judging what you see right now. But you got to let the Lord work on people. And I want to remind you of this one thing, please. Be patient with me. God is not through with me yet. But Job said, when He has tried me, I'll come forth as pure gold. And people judge you because they see what you are now. But God sees your not yet.
right.
God is smoothing all the rough edges.
All right.
God is doing what people can't see. God is chiseling at you. That's why you look so good today. Stop telling people black don't crack. No, it's the Lord that's working on you. It's the Lord that's chiseling you, because you can look good on the outside and be broke down on the inside. It ain't about black don't crack. It's just about the Lord is taking care of us. And that's why I praise the Lord.
Thank you, Lord.
Because my praise shifts my atmosphere.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting in the peace of God. I rest in the power of God. I walk in the favor of God. And I operate in the anointing of God.
Yes, sir.
I need the Lord to lead me because I can't lead myself. Life is difficult, y'all. The road is rough, y'all. The hills are high.
All right.
The valleys are low. And the devil is busy. And so I just like the old hymn, Lord, lead me, guide me, let me walk each day with thee. Lord, put your hands on me. Lord, put your hands on me. And I trust you to work my life out the best you know how. I don't have an opinion. I just know, Lord, you know what's best for me. I don't know what to do. I don't know which way to turn. But Father, lead me and guide me. And I know if you lead me, I can stand.
That's right.
Because my life is in your hands.
Right.
Is there anybody in the room this morning
Yes.
that know you got something to shout about?
All right.
I'm talking about you sure enough got something to shout about. Is there anybody who got something to praise about? Is there anybody who got something to rock about?
Yeah.
Is there anybody who got something to clap about? Is there anybody who got something to dance about? Is there anybody that got something to run about? Can I just tell you 5 or 16 before we go home? Is there anybody who know my Lord? Is there anybody who know my Jesus? He's the sinner's Savior. He's the centerpiece of civilization. He's unparalleled. He's unprecedented. He's the loftiest idea of literature. He's the highest personality in philosophy. He's the fundamental doctrine of true religion. He sympathizes and he saves. He strengthens and he sustains. He delivers those who are in captivity.
Come on.
He defends those who are feeble. He'll bless you when you're young. He'll bless you when you get old. Because somebody in here can say, I once was young, but now I'm old. And I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging for bread. Is there anybody in the room this morning? You can say, you know my Lord. You know my Jesus. He'll serve you if you're unfortunate. He's the king of knowledge. He's the wellspring of wisdom. He's the doorway of deliverance. He's the pathway to peace. He's the highway to holiness. He's the gateway to glory. His light is unmatched. His goodness is unlimited. His mercy is everlasting. His grace is sufficient. Can I tell you about my Lord? The Pharisees couldn't stand him. The Sadducees couldn't stop him. Pilate couldn't find no fault in him. Herod couldn't kill him. Death couldn't hold him. The grave couldn't hold him. Early on the third day morning, he got up with all power in his hand. Is there anybody in the room this morning? You say, you know my Lord. Do you have anything to shout about? When you look back over your life, is there anything that you can shout about? Has the Lord healed you? Has he delivered you? Has he made ways for you? Has he opened some doors for you? Do you have anything you can shout about? You got a roof over your head. You got some food on your table. You got He's the best friend I've ever had.
Yes, Lord.
And Father, I want to say thank you.
Thank you,
I
Lord.
don't know what's up ahead,
Yeah.
but I want to thank you.
Thank you,
Because
Lord.
you got a way of working everything
Thank God.
out for my good. And I want to say thank you, Lord.
Thank you,
And I'm
Lord.
not going to wait
Yes.
until my battle is over. I'm going to shout right now.
Right
I'm
now.
going to praise right now. I'm
Yes.
going to say thank you before it's over. Is there anybody that want to say,
Yes.
Lord, Lord, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Lord.
you.
Thank you,
You've been
Lord.
good to me.
Yes.
Thank you, Lord.
All right. All right. Amen. Yes,
Thank you,
Lord.
Lord.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
All right.
Thank you,
Woo.
Lord.
Thank you, Jesus.
Can't nobody.
Do me like Jesus. Amen. All right. Yes,
Can't
Lord.
nobody.
Do me like the
Do
Lord.
me like the Lord.
Yes, Lord.
He is
Thank you, Jesus.
my friend.
Yes,
He's a
Lord.
friend
Yes.
that sticks
Closer than a brother.
closer
Yes, Lord.
than a brother.
Oh, yeah.
Amen.
The psalmist says he's a very present help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have to add that in time of trouble.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
just a very
Present
present
help.
help.
Yes, Lord.
And Lord, I thank
Thank you.
Thank you, Lord.
you for everything
Yes,
right.
Lord.
you
Yes,
do for me.
Jesus.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you,
Thank
Lord.
you, Lord.
It's not my education.
Thank you, Lord.
It's not my articulation.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not my presentation.
Yeah.
It's nobody
Nobody.
but the Lord.
But the Lord.
Because a lot of people should be where I am.
Yeah.
But God put some favor on my life.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, Lord,
Lord. Thank you, Lord.
thank you, Lord.
Yes,
Don't you ever get to a place where you feel
Yeah.
so deserving and so entitled.
Yeah.
Because all of us in this room, if it had not been
That's right.
for the Lord that was
Yes, Lord. On my side.
on my side,
Amen.
woo,
Yes.
I don't know where.
Amen.
And the reason why we're here today, Brandon, is because He can do exceedingly and abundantly
Yeah.
Yes.
above
Oh, we can have
all
Lord.
that we may ask
My God. My
Yeah.
according to the power
God. Lord.
that's within us. Thank you, Lord.
Amen. Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yes. Yes. That's
If
all
I had
right.
10,000 tongues,
All right.
I couldn't thank Him enough.
My God.
And you sitting there, you don't understand.
Oh, yes.
Because you don't know like I do
Yeah.
what the Lord has
Down
Done
for
for
me.
me.
done for me.
Oh, yes.
You don't know when,
Yeah.
and you don't know where.
That's right.
You don't know where He found me, but He found me.
Yes, Lord.
God just, He didn't leave me,
All right.
but He found me.
That's right.
That's why when you look back in the sand, it's only two prints. Because He picked me up.
Yeah.
Brown, He brought me out.
Yeah.
And I know without a doubt,
Yeah.
that's why I shout.
Amen.
I
Amen.
know what the
Right.
Lord.
Yeah.
I know you. Your education, I know that. That's right. Your influence, your good looks. I notice how you got the way you are. But not me.
All right.
Nobody
Nobody.
Right, but the Lord.
but the Lord.
Right.
Yes, Lord.
I hear you.
The privilege of discipleship is extended.
Yes, Lord.
Nobody but the Lord.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you.